Tonight on the coast, mangroves, those knee-deep tree fortresses that line our shores, are sending out a saltwater SOS. Scientists say climate change is the reason we should all be listening. These tangled roots don't just decorate the coast, they're storm shields, fish nurseries, and carbon vaults locking away CO2 for centuries. But rising seas, hotter air, and stronger storms are turning this frontline defense into a fragile lifeline. Economic studies show mangroves save coastal communities billions by reducing flood damage, so when mangroves suffer, so do we. Researchers studying mangroves through satellite data and soil samples are spotting alarming dieback events linked to sea level rise and extreme weather. In some areas, up to a quarter of mangrove forests have declined after intense flooding or ocean heat waves. Mangroves survive by balancing salt, oxygen, and water, but with climate change shifting tides and rainfall, their roots are drowning, and their ability to store carbon and support life is shrinking. Still, not all hope is lost. Restoration efforts are working where projects are science-based and community-driven. Successful sites focus on restoring natural tidal flow, the right species mix, and healthy soil. These are areas that show rebounds in biodiversity and carbon storage, as well as shoreline protection. But experts warn that random replanting or quick fixes don't create the complex web of natural mangrove forests. Long-term results depend on cutting emissions and designing restoration around the ecosystem's needs. Our studies show that economically, investing in mangrove protection pays off. Their flood-reducing power translates into billions in avoided damage, which is why countries are starting to include mangroves in climate finance programs and blue carbon credits. But experts say these efforts only work when they're transparent and guided by science. Locally led conservation remains the most effective approach. Here at home, the message is simple: protect what we have. That means keeping development away from mangrove zones, maintaining natural water movement, and supporting conservation policies that see mangroves as valuable infrastructure, not wasteland. Case studies from low-lying islands like the Maldives show that when mangroves disappear, fisheries decline and storm coast skyrockets. It's a global issue with local consequences. The story of our mangroves is like a community potluck. Everyone has to bring something to the table. Climate change is testing our coastal defenses, but through smart science, local action, and sustainable policy, we can keep mangroves standing strong. If we act now, these tangled roots will continue to shield our shores, store our carbon, and sustain marine life. A true story of hometown resilience worth reporting on.